to our coaching quickie. Today's topic is the I message. Sabine, what's the secret of the I message?
The secret of the I message is that it's a fantastic tool not to blame any person when I would like to set a critic. And if I would really like to change a behavior person shows. As an example, if I'm a manager of a team and I have one employee who is, let's say, constantly late, and I expressively say that constantly late because we will see what is important for the I message, how to express that. The I message gives you a good idea of how to put critics in order not to blame, not to accuse a person, and in order to keep the good relationship to the person. Mm-hmm. So Claudia, what are the main points within this I message?
The most important thing is that the I message, the name is just telling it that you're talking about yourself. You're not talking about the other person. And there are 3 steps to do. And the first step is the observation you made. The second step is the impact that the behavior of the other person has to others or himself. And the third step is your expectation.
Mm-hmm. And how would we express, let's start with the observation. So if a person is, as I said, constantly late, we rather say, oh, I have noticed that you have been in the last 3 team meetings 10 minutes late, to be very precisely so that the person is not feeling accused for what he have done. So to stick with the facts.
Mm-hmm. And the important difference you made now, you're not talking about the personality, you're just talking about the behavior of a person.
Mm-hmm. And another change now in giving the example and now how to put the observation was not to talk in words like you are always late, or constantly you are not okay in doing this or that, or repeatedly, rather than being very precisely and to give the employee a good idea of what has happened in the past.
Okay, that brings us to the next step, which is the impact. The impact to me as the person who gives the critics, or to the person himself, or to other people in maybe the team, for example, or the customer, or what else can we talk, Sabine?
Yeah, the project result as itself and its impact to the result for the company as well. And in our specific case, of course, it gives a bad reputation to himself. Also, maybe to me as a manager, that I'm not leading in a good way, that I'm not making people coming in time. Of course, for the meeting itself, it has the impact that one or the other team members have to repeat what they have already said, which creates or could create a bad atmosphere in the team meeting. And apart from that, if, let's say, contents are not repeated, that in the final end it has also impacts on the result.
Okay, so this brings us to the next important step, the expectation. And this is my favorite step because a lot of people forget to do this last step. What are we talking about expectations, Sabine? What is important there?
For the expectations, it's about to clearly talk about what you are expecting in terms of behavior from the employee. So in our specific case, you would say, and I expect you to be in time. It's not about when and how and what. It's in the first step to say, for me it's important, and for all of us it's important to be in time.
And it's not, would you please perhaps maybe come at 9 o'clock, It's a real clear sentence. I expect you to come at 9 o'clock.
And Claudia, you, I remember you saying you made some experiences with the expectations.
Yeah, a lot of people don't talk about their expectation because they think the other person should know this by him or herself. But it's not true. You have clearly tell them what is your expectation. If you don't do this, it comes to a lot of conflicts in relation.
These are the effects on not expressing the expectations in a clear way. Yeah, in the next step, as we haven't been talking about any measures to take or in order how to see how the person can adhere to our expected behavior, we will talk with the employee about what he or she could do in order to change his or her behavior.
And who is responsible for changing the behavior?
Of course, the employee. Therefore, it's important that the solutions are in line with the employee, and in the best case, the solutions should come from the employee. And we try, of course, to figure out whether they are a suitable approach to change the behavior, and we are here in a supportive manner, and in order to help the employee to reach this expected behavior.
So this was our coaching quickie for the I message.
Thanks a lot for listening. If you have any ideas or comments, please feel free to put them down here.